Tuesday saw a game update for The Sims 4. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. I am going to cover what was new and what was fixed in the update as well as any mod impact. So first off, what was new? We got a tweet from The Sims Direct saying, Sul Sul, The Sims 4 has a new base game update available now. In this update, we have a new feature for newer simmers and improvements to the gallery text moderation. And they also brought a number of bug fixes, and it was all in the patch notes. The one thing they didn't mention there or in the patch notes is we also got a new onesie, which I will show too. So one thing I also just want to note in the first place is that we did get a laundry list last week, and it said that the update was coming in next month, but obviously that wasn't the case because it came in the month that the laundry list came out, because it came out on the 31st, which is the normal day for game updates, and I was a little bit confused by that next month, so I had wondered if it was coming on Thursday. And we're still kind of possibly thinking we might be getting another, perhaps a teaser announcement for the upcoming expansion pack, which we know we're getting the expansion pack this year, but we don't know when or confirmation about what it is. I have a separate video on that speculation. So what was new for really newer simmers is something called Discovery Quests. And what are they? And they are quests that help you discover more cool things about the game. And they will point out key parts of gameplay and help you learn about features and activities key to a great Sims 4 experience. And you will get some in-game rewards for completing them. And you're going to get things like potions, satisfaction points, or simoleons. And I think it depends on whatever the quest is, what you're going to get. And the quests that we're going to be able to play through, if you decide to play through them, you can actually disable them in the game options. One is called Scoring Simoleons. Explore different ways your Sims can earn money. Complete this quest and earn some, you guessed it, simoleons. Another one is Navigating Needs. Understand the different needs your Sims have and how to keep your Sims happy. I had done that one already when I had gone in and tested, and you got a few needs potions for completing that. Skillful Sims. Navigate and learn how to help your Sims gain new skills and level up their lives. And I had that one start for my Sims, and essentially it was focusing on different types of skills. One was basic, cooking and handiness. Another one was a creativity skill. And so they were just little quests, and you had to work on a skill in that particular category. I hadn't actually finished that. I had quit. I had saved and quit my game. You and your phone. Phones offer your Sims many capabilities. Explore this quest to learn more about everything you can navigate through your phone. Then there's one for lifelong aspirations. So it's how Sims can work through and complete their aspirations. And another one is always, or the final one is always on the move. Your Sims would love to see the world beyond their home. Let them experience new worlds. And so what happens is you get a phone call, and then you can either say no, you can say yes, or you can say try later. So there's 3 options when it comes up if you have it enabled. I will show later how you can disable it in your game. So the other thing that is new is that they're bringing a new context-aware profanity checking system for all gallery uploads, comments, and player bio in all languages that The Sims 4 supports. And it's new for The Sims 4. The systems are currently used beyond the gallery, so they've been battle tested. So I guess they've used them elsewhere across the EA platform, I'm thinking. And there is actually a separate post by EA Cade, which I will show here, where it goes into a little bit more detail, where it says it's switching from a profanity word list, which was very rigid and prone to becoming outdated over time as language evolves, to a more context-aware system that can be updated frequently without the need for game updates. This allows them to customize the experience to The Sims 4, allowing you the freedom to express yourself on your gallery uploads. They have high expectations for this new technology on The Sims 4 gallery to catch most violations. There may be cases that slip through the cracks or are detected and flagged when they shouldn't be. So this post was an invite to all simmers to help improve accuracy and make the gallery a welcoming place for all by providing your feedback via the Sims 4 Gallery Profanity Filter Feedback Survey. So I'm not going to go through the survey right now, but if you want to go click on it, you can go click. I will have this linked below, and it has the link to that survey. So back to the update notes, and in particular, the bug fixes. So I did go through and compare what was on the bug fix list to what was on the laundry list. And from what I could see, everything on the laundry list did make it to the bug fix list. The one thing was different than what I had thought it was going to be, but it just was, I didn't click and look, and I just thought it was a different bug. But the actual bug that was on the list was indeed fixed. There weren't actually that many extra bug fixes. Oftentimes, as I had said in my video on the laundry list, I usually find that if there's like a lot of things on the laundry list and we get like even more bug fixes, I can't say that I noticed that much this time. I think it was mainly the stuff on the laundry list, though there were a few other ones. So I have the bug fixes for base game up here on the screen, and the backpacks that were causing problems, i.e. the base game backpacks, and I've heard also the growing together backpacks, if you had them on your lot, then you couldn't put books or toys away, then that is supposed to be fixed. Though it says only books, but I had seen it had a problem with toys, and it was working for toys. I tested both, so yeah. There were some language corrections, some scenario corrections that they had mentioned. Toddlers can now use the lunchbox. Tested that. They indeed can use the lunchbox to get the little snacks out, which is very, very, very handy. And then they say Sims that gain an extra trait can now be edited in Create a Sim. So I'm assuming that means even with the cheats, because that was where the issue was. And then there were issues with you were writing a book or term paper and they would go and read instead, and that's supposed to be fixed. And if you hire a caterer to make food for you at your social event, you can now drag that caterer's food around. You don't have to go into build mode to move it. And there was a fix with respect to dirty dishes. And then there was some skin details in Create a Sim. We're creating a last UI exception, and that should now work. And I think that was the one where they referenced to Mortimer Goth had that hidden one that caused a problem. And then specifically, its stereo and radio objects upgraded to be unbreakable shouldn't break no matter how hard you try. So that was like if you pranked it, it would still break. But now that you shouldn't be able to break anymore. So it's not that you can fix it, it's that it shouldn't break anymore per these notes here. So for console, here there were actually a few things that I didn't notice on the laundry list. The only thing that I had noticed from the laundry list was the ability to switch between recipe filters has been fixed. But then there are a few other ones that you can see here, but they still haven't like overall fixed the console controls. These are just look like there may be some minor fixes. I don't play on console, so I don't know as much, but I have that up on the screen so you can take a look at it for yourself if you're a console player. Now, for gallery, they say entering a stop word and, with, or, etc. in your gallery search will no longer return 0 results. So, for example, cat with dog will show your results for you to bring into your game, whereas previously it would not. So, but they're continuing to update the gallery search functionality to better handle stop words in the future, but we should get results now. And then I guess if you were viewing an upload with a lot of comments, you could only see the first page and not scroll down, and now you should be able to scroll down. So City Living, that was the one where Sims would stop what they were doing to play basketball, and supposedly that's fixed. I think that's been a problem since City Living came out. I generally just don't, I either don't use a basketball, or I have honestly disabled them autonomously using it with MCCC, and you have like autonomy scanner and you can disable Sims using things. You can't disable too many things because then they still do the stuff, because when they have nothing to do and you have autonomy on, they want to find something to do. But so you have to be judicious with your use of disabling them using things, but that was definitely one that I would do. There was a typo with the Russian language for Discovery University that's been fixed. Seasons, that one about the Sims that celebrating neighborhood brawl holiday will no longer have negative sentiments towards each other afterwards, which is the power of the holidays. I don't know if it still hurts your reputation if you have to get famous, because they don't mention that there. And then for island living, there was 2 fixes. One is that they could have an odd, have the occasional mud bath, or that what's not. And before, there would be a routing error and it wouldn't let them do. You could choose to do it, but they wouldn't do it, and that's supposed to be fixed. From what I could see, all of these bug reports were closed over on EA Answer headquarters. And then there was the bug, and I think this has been around for a long time too, the lassophobia, which is the fear of deep water, is real, and some Sims were becoming tense even when they weren't near the ocean. So now the moodlet should only apply if the Sim is swimming. And then for Eco Lifestyle, there was an issue with the juice fizzer where sometimes it would just stop fizzing, and so that's supposed to be fixed. Snowy Escape, Yamakan will no longer enter your homes even if you use a neighborhood action plan. If Yamakan is already in your home, you can tell them to leave using the send home interaction. For cottage living, rabbits were giving a particular item that was a debug for PC and Mac simmers, or unknown for console simmers. And a gift was there was a cow flower, which I have got myself. And the gift has been removed from the rabbit stash and will not be presented to your Sim. So that debug item, I'm guessing, is still in the game in debug, but you won't be receiving it anymore from the rabbits. And then for high school years, and this is the one where I misunderstood the bug fix. I thought it was you could ride together with other people who are also riding on a horse, but it was actually Sims attending the Copperdale Pier together can enjoy the attractions. They can even ride solo or together. However, the Tunnel of Love is still reserved for potential love interests. So the one thing that I had mentioned before that we got that wasn't in the patch notes was a onesie, essentially for celebrating Halloween, but you can use it whenever. And it is available for children and up. This household I have in front right now doesn't have any children, but I have already looked in a different household that had an infant, a toddler, a child, and young adults. And it wasn't available for the infant or the toddler. The child was the youngest age, but they are the same for children and up. They have the same one. So we have here our female Sim, and both males and females have it. This is the number 1. It's quite cute. I was like, oh, it doesn't really look like anything. But then, there's a nice pattern on it, but then when you flip it around, you can see that some of them are void critters. And of course, the first one was the freezer bunny. And this looks kind of like something that we've seen before. I don't know if that's the Grim Reaper. You can tell me. And then that looks like another void critter. As I'd have to say, does that. And I'm guessing this yellow one is also. And then there's this, which looks a little bit like a skeleton. And then this one is just like a little kind of rainbowy, but not really. But cute. I like it. I like them all, and like I said, they're available for children and up, male and female. And if you want to find them, sometimes the easiest way to find them is to filter by base game only. They aren't only available. I have them in the sleep category because they're available in the sleep category, but you can find them in everyday also. I just put them on my Sims as a pajama. But they're also meant to be costumes, so you can use them as a costume. So they're very cute. I quite like them. So the other thing I'm going to do is show you how to disable those quests if you don't want them. So you're going to go into your menu, then into your game options. It's under tutorial and tips. And then you can have here, you can see enable discovery quest. It is on by default, so if you don't want to play with them, you should go in right away and turn them off. And then it says you will not be given the tutorial quest scenarios. And then if you reset them, it restores all the discovery quests to the original state, but you won't get rewards for any previously completed discovery quests. So part of my question, what I'm wondering about, is if this is going to be a one-time thing. so that when you go in, so I've already got one and another one has come up in a different save. I don't know whether they're going to come up in a new save or if once you've seen them once, they're going to be gone. And I had named all of the quests that are there. But again, if you don't want them, just go in and disable them. And you could always enable them later if you decide you just want to do them just to see what they're all about. But I know a few people I have seen who are, you know, experienced simmers who've been playing for a while. They just went in right away and disabled them. And I'm mainly leaving them enabled because I just want to see them all. I don't need them. They are meant for new simmers. So now I'm going to move on to the mod information. So first off, there's a few places you can get information about mod impact with game updates. First place I would suggest looking is Loose List on EA Answer Headquarters. It used to be on the forums and now it's on EA Answer Headquarters. So it does mean it doesn't link to the mods anymore when you get it from there, but you can sign up for the post specifically to be notified so you can get email notification of any new information that gets put in there. Second is Scarlet's List. And then third, if you're on Discord, it's always good to be on a Discord server that has that mod details. So if you want to go on to say Deaderpool's server, they have a whole channel with the mod impact. My server, I just have Deaderpool's linked in, so it's automatically there. So if you want to be on a smaller server, I do have that information because I have that coming. But I only have the channel for the, essentially the mods that are rated E for the game, essentially, which is also Loose Post only covers those two because it's EA Answer Headquarters. It's by EA, so it only covers things that don't raise the maturity of the game rating. So that said, the little bit that I've seen so far is that some mods did break, especially some UI mods broke. So UI cheats broke, and the Pancake 1 and Mizuyuki's color sliders broke. I find that breaks pretty much with every update, and as did the More Clubs per Sim by King Zace. I also find that usually breaks with every update. UI cheats actually breaks with most updates too, but I find the other two break even more than UI cheats. MCCC, the newest version, which is 2023.6, which came out recently for the public, it was cleared, but if you're still using the old version, there's nothing on that. The one that was cleared is the latest version. And Little Miss Sam had a few updates, but most of her mods were cleared. Couple that I note here that had updates were Simda Dating App and Choose Leftover, and I will link to the Loose post and Scarlet's post down below. So let me know what you thought about the update. Are you also thinking there might be news soon about the expansion pack? I'd love to know in a comment down below. But that's going to be it for this video. Likes and comments are always appreciated and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!